I have to chuckle a little bit because I'm not all that technologically savvy. But after bumbling about and many, many YouTube tutorials, I thought there must be an easier way to get the point across. So here's kind of a quick tutorial on how to upload your podcast to a hosting site. We'll get to how to get permission from iTunes or Spotify on a different webisode, but for all intents and purposes, just hang on. So I use Spreaker to record my podcast. As you see, speaker is spelled Spreaker, so do not try to download speaker. And you can record on your phone. I use my iPad. It doesn't have great editing ability on the free version, but it has good sound quality and it's got some special effects, and you can keep all of your drafts. It's a really good option. You'll probably want to buy a separate microphone. Anyway, I send my episode. That's simply uploading and emailing to yourself the episode, which I've already done. And then I will download the episode. That's very simple. It'll pull up, save as, and I've already saved this one. I'll go to save as and save it whatever you want to title it. But that's not here in my other episodes. This is not the name that it's necessarily going to be when you publish it to iTunes or wherever you're publishing it. I don't need to save it again because I've already done that. So that's the Spreaker part. Now, a coworker of mine told me about Libsyn, which I think is really, really great. It wasn't that simple to learn, but now I can do it without watching the YouTube tutorial that taught me how to do it, which still wasn't that easy. And now I'm showing you, so I guess I've learned a little something, right? So when you're adding a new episode, and this is my 9th episode, you're going to go to add new episode. Leaving this page will cost you, we'll lose this. I've already uploaded it, but just to make it a little bit easier to show you, hang on a second. So you're going to add media file. I upload from hard drive. Again, you do if you are using Dropbox. If you're doing it all on your phone, you probably need to use Dropbox. And I'm going to go to the episode that is saved as Benefit. My Midtown Life is the name of my podcast. Of course, check it out. And it will upload. And while it's uploading, I'll tell you the hardest part of podcasting and uploading when you're not all that tech savvy is getting the artwork dimensions correctly. Nowadays, they have to be 1600 by 1600. Just remember that. I don't really know what the statistics are, but just remember that. It needs to be square. So you can use an image from your phone, but you're going to have to enlarge it, and you can go to any converter. You can Google JPEG converter, and some will pop up. You put your image in and you tell them the dimensions you want, and then you save it to your computer. So my picture is actually, it's up here. This is what's on iTunes. It's not a great picture. Eventually I'll change that, but you don't need to change your artwork each time. In fact, if you're going to have a show, I think you choose artwork that you really like. Don't do what I did. Eventually I will change that image, but because it took me so long to get it right, I'm just leaving it for the time being. So I've already added a new episode. This is my 9th episode. And then now you could publish it as is. I already have permission from iTunes to publish a podcast. And we'll do that in a separate webisode, like I said. But I always like to say a little something. So when you're on Libsyn, the first sort of new content page that comes up doesn't actually get published. This is just for Libsyn. So I'm going to put my Midtown Life abbreviation here. Because again, nobody's going to see this. This is like an internal thing. What they are going to see is down here. Here's the important part. You're going to put whatever your episode is about. I think that iTunes is still using search engines. I've heard like a little bit about that. I'm not too sure about that. So you want to put as many tag words as you want so people can find you. My episode is not this sappy, but in the essence of time, I will do it like so. And you can always come back and edit. However, once you publish it, it's out there. So if you publish it with one explanation, it is going to change, or it is going to be out there until you change it, and it might take a moment to change. So I already wrote that. inquiring mind. Of course, you name it what you want. I think I want to say N. So you can do as much editing here as you want. An inquiring mind wants to know. That doesn't exactly tell you about my episode, but it leaves a little something. So my episode is full. I love a 10-minute episode. It is very challenging. It makes you get your creative. I don't know how in the world people do it, but condensing your creative genius to 10 minutes is a challenge. And then, you can use any name you want. Everything I do, I just kind of do under my name. Season 1, episode number 9. I am the author. So I am ready to publish. If I'm satisfied with this, which I think I will go back and edit a little bit. And because I already have my account per se with iTunes, when I publish within 5 to 10 minutes, my episode will be on iTunes. So that's exciting. So that's just an easy way of how to get your podcast going, because for a long time I just could not figure out how to do it. So 2 things. Check out my podcast, My Midtown Life, and start your own podcast. It's super simple and it's such a great thing. Enjoy. Thanks.